Hey everybody, Mature Simmer here.
Do
That's my Homer Simpson impression. I think that's what Duff Beer is from. So we're at the Duff Beer Championship at Aberdeen Mining Company. Fictional course, as you might assume from the name, honestly. And as you'll see and as you'll look at it, certainly looks like, yeah, it was probably some old mining area. They decided, yeah, we're done mining, let's turn it into a golf course and keep making some extra money. So this is the last week of Season 10 TGC Tours. I'm not quite 100% health-wise. Those of you who follow me would have noticed that last week played in pretty bad shape. Could barely talk. I still sometimes start coughing here and there or whatever, so I'm not like fully out of the woods yet, but as ready as I'm going to be, I think, and it's time to get going here. So you can see there are 3 tee boxes, basically ranging from 7,000 to 7,500 yards. So typical kind of variation, potential about 500 yards between everything. Fairways and greens are firm. Green speed, nice to see, just medium. Not anything insane, a little bit slower and so forth as the default, but of course that can always be changed by the course settings as the TGC Tours folks have decided. Alright, so we are on the long tees, first pin, low wind, fairways and greens are the standard, but green speed is up to fast from moderate, so just going to have to be a little careful trying to see if I can hone things in to begin with. So with the play going around and so forth, I'm over 30,000 monies here for the first time ever. I'm not really using it for anything, which is good, but if on the, that would be so horrendous chance that somehow something gets corrupted and you have to start over and apply all your clubs again, which sucks, but costs money. At least now I don't feel like, oh my goodness, I might not be able to do it, which is what happened the first one and only time that basically my player got corrupted and I had to do that again. So God, I hope that never happens again, but that would be the use for the money, which is why it's sitting there in my brain. Anyway, really a lot of stuff to get going here. Let's jump in and see how we can do.
Hello and welcome to this society event. My name is John. Nice par 4 in front of us as we kick things off. Time to get it. Let's crank this into the fairway. Be on our way.
All right. So one thing that I do have in the back of my mind, if somehow it happens, again, I'm always looking for what might be affecting the game, what might be throwing me off. Again, it's been suggested to me sometimes, just play. You know, the narration, the whatever as you're going along might be distracting you and so forth. Again, I've only done one practice round on this course. Did well, ended up even. Had a chance to go ahead and end up under par, but as is typical, I think I was 2 under at one point and had, I was on the 14th. And then it just kind of fell apart, but I was able to at least limp my way into the clubhouse with even par. So I think that's the mental aspect where I definitely could feel, oh goodness, I have a shot for a good game. I hope I get a good game. And then the next 2 holes, I started shanking shots all over the place. So obviously, trying to just keep the mind clear may be the best thing, because I've had difficulty in the last few weeks of just having better practice rounds than when I actually played the rounds and recorded them or played the real rounds. So it could simply be the pressure of this is a real round versus this isn't a real round. It's a practice round. But with that said, what I'm getting at is I may basically start to shut up and just see if something changes. But I think the whole nature of that, of like doing it intentionally and then thinking about it, let me see, let me wonder if it's better might negate the whole possibility of that happening. I don't know. I think it would be pretty dull for people to watch an event with no commentary at all. And I honestly think, like, stopping like I am here, although I do this at the start of everything, so to me this isn't breaking out of it, but when I have stopped in the past to, like, make a comment about what I'm thinking or whatever, I do notice it takes a few shots to get back into the groove again. And so, you know, even providing commentary in between shots, I think would still have an impact if it's really what is causing things. With all that said, let's see if we can get going here.
All right, let's make the most of this. Good luck.
Not the best, but not terrible.
All right, we'll take that.
A little bit.
We've got about 150
little bit
yards
less
from
than
here.
optimal for sure in what I had there. All right, uphill. Crazy lie, though. Okay. Other than the swing path is off,
give
and
us a kick to the right.
I get that a little bit. Ooh, just like hit a wall there, and wow, did we hit a wall. Wow. Well, you hit the right part of the green, and yeah, you can see where I rolled from. That was like really crazy. All right. Looks like it's really going to move over. Goal is kind of just for sure get close here. All right. Swing path on the putt. Pretty solid, I would say. It drifted a little bit at the top.
6 feet to
But,
the cup.
you know, that long of a shot would be challenging no matter what. Whoop, I'm going the wrong way here. What am I doing? Shouldn't be much that I need here.
This one's tracking.
All right.
Starting today off
So,
at even par after that first
even
hole.
par is always good. You know, I've still had far too much propensity
Got a par 5
to
ahead of us here.
bogey or, you know, to do worse on the hole and just start the round always behind. So it's always good to even get a par. All right. Did not have a bad shot the entire
Nicely done.
practice round.
Okay, second shot here.
So
on the
that is
second.
odd, I will say. Wow. That's unprecedented in on this course.
That was well played.
So maybe I'll shut up really fast. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Wow. I'm again, as far as my process, what I'm looking at, my timing,
Okay, we're setting up
to get my
about 100
timing,
yards
I
out.
feel I'm doing the same thing I always do. But 3 bad shots in a row is telling me my fingers disagree. 4 bad shots in a row. Wow. All right, I'm going to take some practice swings. All right, we're going to go ahead, take a regular swing here.
This one's about
So
15
greens aren't
feet.
like horrendously difficult here. They're the standard, always kind of sloping. All right, decent path, I think.
There we go. There's the bogey.
But, you know, just the
One over.
terrible swings in the beginning. So, you know, I hone things in.
You're up here
Definitely,
on the third.
when I was, it was suggesting a pitch shot as the initial. I could not get a good swing on that. But then when I switched to the flop, which is kind of what I tend to do to get better timing and so forth, because people have said the pitch shots are much more exacting in your timing, pretty quickly honed in on at least a decent swing, but obviously the tee shots weren't there, so we'll see. All right, I've taken a slew of practice shots again, just for disclosure, and probably 10 or so, and I'd say three of them were still like very fast. Something they were very fast, I think, in all cases. So it's odd because, like I said, I had 18 wonderful tee shots in my practice round. Really felt the process I was using to get the timing on the tee shots, where I'm looking, which is at the player, basically. The specifics of it don't really matter. And I think, again, it's just going to make my shot worse if I just keep going on and explaining. All right, so good power, good swing path. Kind of a challenging part of the hole. There are several fairway parts like that it will just do something kind of nuts like that. It's fine. It is what it is. I felt it was off as soon as I swung it, so that is not surprising. It's unfortunate, but it's not surprising. All right, let's go this way. I think we'll be all right. Okay, good shot as far as, again, swing path, power, whole thing.
Work left for us on this one. Nicely played out of that sand. And this one, to save par.
All right.
Nicely done.
Need to get myself honed in. So if anything,
just one stroke over,
because again, my practice swings, I'm not talking to you, I'm not doing whatever. Maybe it's just that ability to maintain a consistent play from round to round that I'm just not there, not there yet. In practice, I went up here. It worked out well, so I think I'm going to do the same thing. A little bit of a swing path issue, though, so that's not going to help. Darn.
Unlucky. And second shot here on the
I think I did end up in the bunker in practice, too, though, so... Might be... Wow. This just looks like... I don't know, maybe it's not on the hill as much. I guess we're going to find out. No, it pretty much was, so... Judged well, I would say. Right. Oh, goodness. There hasn't been a lot of this, I'm stopped and then I roll thing. So I must say those are surprising to me off the green, because again, those are not sharp slopes if you look at them. I mean, they're not nothing, but it's just a surprising result. All right, a little bit better, although it's off.
Good luck here.
But again, on the fringe, just not enough extra power to deal with it. Hopefully we can save this one.
This putt's good so far.
Oh my goodness. Really?
A little too hard.
That really looked good up until like the last moment. Wow, I'm surprised.
This putt's tracking. Okay, good job on this one.
Well, yeah, I was never...
All right, you're sitting at
worst I did was +1 after I did a double bogey in the practice round on 7, I think. So yeah, this just isn't panning out nicely. A little too far to the left still. Ooh, and the bounce in the wrong direction as well. So not working out well either. Too far. I think it's going to be too far.
Okay.
Now the other thing, because I think I just left the defaults in practice, the fast greens could be causing a little bit of difference here too. Just even as things like end up and line up. Oh,
it's going right by the hole, isn't it? Okay, let's grab a bogey here and be on our way.
All right, well, we'll see.
Looking good.
I can only take it a shot at a time, so I need to stop what could have been, whatever. We got to deal with what is, and what is shaping up pretty poor right now. So I need to fix this. Is what needs to happen. Okay. Good news is at least timing and stuff is coming back. It's just my aiming. God. Yeah, I was getting a lot. I think I had 92% fairways in regulation on the practice and 72% greens in regulation. So, yeah, definitely a different result here. All right, I'm going to do that, I think. I'm a little nervous because it just... I don't know, do I go all the way up here? Yeah, probably, on second thought. Maybe not. Maybe that was too far. Shoot. I mean, I honestly had like no chip shots on like this. I didn't even have to do it. Like the shots were just... The round was solid. So
3 over on your round.
So 3 pars, 3 bogeys. Yeah, so this I think was the one I double bogeyed, and you can see there's some challenges on it for sure. Not great, but oh, we're gonna hit the... We're just getting really poor lies is really all I can say there. It's just a bit sloppy. What are we gonna do with this? Whew. Alright, good solid shot. A little too far probably, but probably better than the 4-iron, which would have been another 20 or 30 yards short. You know what? I think I'm gonna putt. I just don't want to go nuts with it. This is downhill. Not quite the swing path I would have liked. I mean, it's straight, but it's just like right next to the spot. Again, distance-wise and how far I was, I mean, that's a good putt. I mean, I enjoy the... It's the result I would want.
There's your par.
Yeah, and I think I did have a bogey. Got myself back to even, then did a bunch of pars. Did the double bogey. Actually, I think I got 1 under, and then the double bogey put me to +1. So that's when I had the bad or the worst position I had. Ooh. Yeah, I remember this one. Now I'm going to go further because I barely touched it, and I ended up not overdriving, but it was a lot further than I would have liked. Okay, better. Still a little bit much, but yeah, all right. Still couldn't save it. Was hopeful, but it did not happen. So I think this one I did have to chip on now that I think about it. Not bad. Ooh.
Great chip shot there, pure.
That would have been nice to have pulled a birdie out and gotten that. I did get 3 birdies in a row at one point. I think I had 5 birdies in total in that round. So just as a reference point. So this being my first, or no, this wasn't a birdie. Never mind. So I don't have my first one yet here. Starting to feel right again as far as my,
this one's about 165
I don't know,
yards out.
My vibes and my, you know, how I'm feeling physically as I swing. So just need to straighten things out a little bit on my swing path.
All right, stay staring down a birdie putt here.
This is not a great lie. Wow, there's just a lot off the blade to begin with, and we're downhill. So again, I've got to be got to be less than I think I need to be, or we're gonna roll too far. Maybe.
Looking really good.
All right.
Oh, nicely done.
All right. Well, that's good. So we don't leave the front nine without a birdie. So that is
Looks like a par
good.
4 for this one.
This honestly seems different. It's messing with my head because I played these tees in practice, but I feel the aim points are totally different. Like that I was able to overdrive the bunker there pretty easily. But obviously that's not what it's giving me. What kind of a... I also wasn't getting this move to the left as much. And the swing paths and stuff seem very similar, where they're almost on. So, yeah, things are just a bit off. All right, well, we're out of... because we're in heavy rough, so I do need to take that into account. About 100. I'm going to go with that. I'm afraid to go harder than this. Yeah, that'll work, because we usually get pretty decent rolls here. Nice. And especially with the fast greens, I would think that would be normal. All right, we're uphill, so I can do a normal swing. All right, decent putt path. Oh, it might have been off just enough to cost me. I'm going to pull it a little bit more. It looks like it's a little faster roll than I'd like.
Get out of here with a par.
So I don't want to suddenly miss a short one because it rolls below the hole.
And teeing up now on the 11th.
All right, so the hole is over there to the left, as you can see. This is about where I aimed before. Very similar wind. I think I had a 4 mile an hour exactly in this direction. That's kind of funny. All right. I refocused my shot because the thing that I was doing in the rounds before is I would go back to looking at the place I used to look, but still trying to change the timing, and I think that was what was making it difficult for me at times. All right. Tricky. Ah! Same result as I had in the practice. I don't know why. Like I said, it almost absolutely feels like it's got to be some psychological garbage going on. And again, I think I was able to save a par off of it. Not quite. This is not going to make it easy. Not going to make it easy at all. Come on. Ah, not quite enough.
And this will be a bogey on the scorecard.
I really thought I had it.
Okay, 3 over
disappointing
par for you. Teeing her up now on a par 3 hole.
All right, it's downhill. Do I go back? I'm going to say no. That one I know why it went to the left.
Can we get a bounce to the right, please?
No, we did, but didn't. Wow.
A little off on that approach, but that's...
I'll give that the dump zone commentary. All right. Decent chip. Decent chip.
Here's a 9-foot putt.
All right. Should be easy. No. Wow, that somehow was... I don't know. I was much better at being able to look at my swing path in practice. I think it was good. I don't know why it pulled to the right as much as it did. That was odd.
you made good contact.
Okay. So again, roll down, get to a flat part. I'm okay with it drifting around like that on the fairway. We definitely need that. All right. Wow, wind in my face. That I didn't have for this one. I mean, it is a par 5, so it's not like I have to get there. I'm not going to get there, let's be clear. Man. Swing path is moving on me more. Moving on me more. All right, so again, a partial chip like I had on the last hole. Still harder than I wanted.
Bring things down to 2 over. Do you sink this?
This was a challenge. I basically had this same lie. All right, well, it was an exceptionally long time between getting on the green and taking this shot because real life came up, and so now I've had to run around. I've done a bunch of things. I'm back. So that's also something that doesn't happen in the practice round, or didn't happen in the practice round. I mean, sometimes it does. Anyway, I was saying I'm compensating a little bit this way and thinking it'll then come back. So
it's getting there.
Come on. Oh! It really looked good, but did not work out for me.
Getting a look at the 14th hole now.
I also apologize. In the process of doing that, I've got a hard caramel in my mouth too, so hopefully that I'll try to keep the impact of that as minimal as I can. Alright, decent but not great swing path, but again, we'll dial all that in. Alright, yes, and I do remember on this hole just hitting that, running it down like it's a great feed over to the hole and where you want it. Okay, decent, actually straighter on, so feeling a little, oh goodness. There really wasn't that much of that going on in the practice round. There wasn't a lot of those rejections.
Good luck.
Okay, it's going to go a little bit that way. Again, it's a long way, so a little bit goes a long way. Okay, kind of okay swing path. Ooh.
Just missed. Here comes a 3-footer.
Ooh, almost too far over.
And you're 3 over at the moment. Here comes hole number 15.
So, not bad, not bad. Okay, good, solid shot. Let's see if we can end up, yeah, not a bad lie, I think. I think it'll be all right.
All right, we've got an elevated green. Need some more club.
Let's see, if I go normal, yeah, that'll probably be okay, honestly. So, head back that way. Good solid shot. Should be on. A little further over.
And if this drops, you'll get your birdie here.
Pretty heavy run at the beginning, and then it'll just straighten out. Oh my God, what a terrible swing path. Again, I pushed to the right a little bit, but man, did I push that. So.
This one's tracking.
Okay. So that's the swing path I want, but gave myself, lost myself a birdie opportunity because of that slop.
Hole is upon us here. Let's see what happens.
All right. I'm like, I want to go up one, but no, I don't in that case. I mean, they're really going to kind of negate each other. Maybe we'll try that. We'll see how that works out.
Nice swing. Sounded great.
A little more power, but it might work out for what I need. Yeah, I'll take that for what it's worth.
Oh yeah, that was a tidy little shot. Well done.
It was
Here we go.
decent.
You got a bird.
Can I get it, is the question. It's downhill a little bit.
Ah, just right by the hole.
That was a tough lie, and I
9 feet
remember
away.
this pin placement being a bit of a challenge. Oh no.
Oh,
That's the swing path. That was all me. Again.
All right, for the bogey.
And now I'm on the hard part of this.
So far, so good.
Wow.
And the bogey putt drops.
3 putting. God, that was terrible. Went from a what would have been a birdie to
17th hole.
a bogey. Wow. Well, I screwed that up.
Silky swing.
Nothing to say about that. Just entirely my fault. It's always my fault. I'm the only one playing, but you know what I mean. Alright, I don't want to end up in the bunkers, so we're going to go over here and then figure it out from there. Just stay out. Well, alright.
This is what our third shot's looking like.
Let's see where the roll gets us.
If this drops, you can go down to 3 over.
Again, downhill. Much more forcefully downhill, though. Man, that didn't go over. It really had... Oh, don't. Yeah.
This one's a 9-footer.
I'm like, I don't need that grip the edge and go thing here.
This one's on a good line.
Wow.
That was a good putt.
I realized I'd somehow shifted the controller on my body, and I'm like, oh, I'm at a bad angle as I started to take that swing, but thank goodness it worked out. Alright, I know I ended up in this bunker before, so I'll try to avoid that this time.
Ooh, that's shame.
Well, that's one way to do it. Not the way I'd prefer, but... So, not setting up well, that's for sure. Oh boy. Really? I messed it up that much? Ay, ay, ay. That sucks. Holy moly. Alright. Good. Good job. Let's totally screw this up right at the end here.
Third shot.
Oh, I'm so frustrated with myself. Yeah, that's where I wanted to go with the second shot. Yeah, it was really like, well, +4 is not going to be bad. It wouldn't be, but
well done.
It's not where I'm going to end up.
Here for your 4th.
Wow. What the heck was that? Alright, so getting up in the middle of your round, try to avoid doing it. Frustration abounds. Now it's just, how bad does it get?
Here we go for the double bogey. I went right by.
Oh my goodness.
And 7 feet to the cup. This putt's good so far. And the putt drops, and we're done here.
So those last 3 holes completely changed the complexion of this round.
All right, we're out of here. That's going to be 7 over for you at the end of this one.
That's just
And
terrible.
with that, I must leave you. I had fun out there with you today. Thanks for a great round.
Alright, certainly not the result I was hoping for. Got 3 more rounds to see what we can turn things into. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you haven't dropped a like, please consider that. If you're not a subscriber, please consider that. And I will see you next time.